Rapid City Police respond to a scare at Sam's Club this afternoon. We'll have the details. How are federal cuts going to affect staffing at Mount Rushmore this summer?
From Skyline Drive, this is KOTA Territory News at 5:30.
And we're sad to have to lead our newscast this evening with the passing of our longtime morning meteorologist, Eric Gardner. Eric died overnight at the age of 60. Gardner had been the meteorologist on our morning and noon newscast for the past 23 years. Before moving to Rapid City, Eric had worked at stations in Missoula, Montana, Wichita Falls, Texas, Casper, Wyoming, and Helena, Montana. Outside of doing the weather, Eric was best known for his love of cooking and wine. He was celebrated for his cooking and wine segments, which he had been doing on air here at KOTA Territory since 2005, and even taught very popular wine classes here in the area. Eric was an amazing co-worker and a beloved part of the community here in the Black Hills. KOTA Territory General Manager Chris Gross says Eric was always a joy to be around. He loved the weather, loved wine and food, and loved our viewers. His passing will leave a big void in our hearts. Our thoughts go out to Eric's family and friends. We know Eric will be missed by all of you, as he will by all of us here at KOTA Territory. Today, the Project Prison Reset Task Force met in Springfield for the second of their 4 scheduled meetings. Grant Green has more details on what the task force learned from their tour of Mike Durfee State Prison and some of the possible locations for the new state prison.
The Project Prison Reset Task Force got to tour the Mike Durfee prison and hear a little bit about some of the programs provided, all in the hopes of keeping in mind what is essential for this new prison and the 12 different options they have to go through. The task force will be looking at a variety of features for its new prison, including size, workforce, and access to utilities.
The key takeaway today was that this committee voted unanimously that we have to replace the state penitentiary in Sioux Falls, the original penitentiary. That's a big decision. I mean, this is an issue that was, about evenly divided the legislature just a month or 2 ago.
Sioux Falls is not a given as a location for the new prison, with proposals submitted from Aberdeen, Huron, Mitchell, and Grant County.
That's a big decision to make, whether or not a prison like this could exist somewhere else outside of Sioux Falls, and they had the ability to staff it. And their current employees who work at the Hill, for instance, would they be willing to move to Huron and Mitchell?
Lieutenant Governor Van Heijsen said he could tell that when some of the options were being combed through and presented, that some of them weren't going to work. However, he said the task force would not eliminate any possibility until their June meeting in Pierre. In Springfield, Grant Green, KOTA Territory News.
Turning our attention to the weather, meteorologist Ryan Larmew is in the First Alert Weather Center. It was a pretty day out there, Ryan, quite a change from what we had around here yesterday.
Yeah, we saw all the clouds and all the rain yesterday. Today, the sunshine came back out. In Rapid City, we've seen that sun all day long. A live look at our Golden West Tower cam here on Skyline Drive shows that sunshine's still shining this evening. We're seeing a few smaller clouds off in the distance, some popcorn clouds out there, but temperatures warmed up nicely today too. We can see a few 70s popping up here on the wide view of the map. 70 in Phillip and Hot Springs, 69 at the Rapid City Airport, 64 in Buffalo, 63 in Gillette. Sheridan sits at 67 degrees. Downtown is also at the 67-degree mark, so it feels wonderful out there, but we aren't tracking much on radar. A few clouds entering from the northwest in places like Carter County and Harding County. Those areas are seeing some cloud coverage right now, but Rapid City, we're keeping it sunny until sunset, and then we cool off a little bit tonight, but we have more rain in the forecast. I'll be talking about that more coming up.
Thank you, Ryan. Several first responders arrived at the Rapid City Sam's Club today following reports of a suspicious item found in the parking lot. According to a Rapid City Police spokesperson, quote, the device was determined to be the expanded remains of a commercially available smoke and confetti device typically used in celebrations, unquote. Police cleared the scene a little after 2 p.m. today with no injuries or issues. Federal charges against a ranching couple from Caputa have been dropped. Charles and Heather Maud were both facing 10 years in prison over a land dispute. The couple was accused last year of stealing 50 acres of federal land. The couple was was alerted to the fencing on their property that blocked access to the Buffalo Gap National Grasslands. The family had said that the fence was built before 1950 and agreed to a survey. The couple was then charged shortly later. USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins described the case as a politically motivated witch hunt. The Maud family and Governor Larry Roden will join Rollins for a press conference tomorrow. The Mount Rushmore Society says the Mount Rushmore National Memorial is heading into summer with a downsized staff. KOTA Territory's Blake Trolley has the story.
25% of jobs at the memorial are currently open because of DOGE-related measures, according to the Mount Rushmore Society. Diana Nielsen, CEO of the society, sat down with KOTA Territory News to discuss her concerns about the recent measures. Nielsen describes parks as small cities that have needs including wastewater treatment, IT, electrical, and more.
Right now, is that kind of the case? There's very limited people to take care of all these things that you're talking about, this infrastructure?
It's thin for sure.
Nielsen says the now smaller staff at Mount Rushmore will do everything it can to ensure minimal impacts on visitors' experiences.
Programming will still happen. It may not be the number of programs that there have been in the past, but it'll be pretty close.
Nielsen had voiced her concerns with Senator Mike Rounds at a tourism forum in Rapid City earlier this month. Later that same day, KOTA Territory News caught up with the senator, who said Nielsen's comments at the forum were the first time he'd heard of the cuts.
And specifically, I just said, look, have you reached out to anybody on staff? And at that point, they had not. So I'm saying, well, this is the first I've heard about it, but please stay in touch with our office, get the specifics to us so that we can go back and follow up, because if we're really going to celebrate our nation's 250th celebration and do it at Mount Rushmore, we want to make darn sure it's being done correctly and that they're staffed up and ready to go.
Nielsen is set to meet with all the members of South Dakota's federal delegation tomorrow, where the topic will likely come up. She is currently in Washington, D.C. with the National Park Foundation and National Park Friends Alliance. A spokesperson for the Department of Interior sent a statement to KOTA Territory News that read in part, "We are implementing necessary reforms to ensure fiscal responsibility, operational efficiency, and government accountability." The statement continued later, saying that the National Park Service will continue to provide critical services and deliver excellent customer service. Blake Trolley, KOTA Territory News.
Living a healthy life is important, and that's why Monument Health dermatologists are offering free skin cancer screenings the next 2 Mondays. In recognition of Skin Cancer Awareness Month, Monument Health dermatology staff in Rapid City and Spearfish locations will take part in the annual Melanoma Monday event. The Spearfish location will offer screenings on Monday, May 5th from 4:30 to 6 p.m., while the Rapid City location will offer screenings the following Monday, May 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. Rapid City Monument Health Dermatology Director Siri Knutson-Larson says melanoma is one of the most common types of skin cancer, but also very preventable. She stresses the importance of melanoma testing and explains how to detect it using the ABCDE method.
So A is asymmetry, meaning that you cannot fold the mole on top of itself. You couldn't equally fold it in half. B is abnormal border, so any kind of jagged or funny edges. C is color, and I like to say red, white, blue, or black. If any of those colors are present, that can be concerning. D is diameter, so bigger than a pencil eraser head. And E is probably the most important, and that means evolution. So it's something changing.
While this might sound scary for many, Knutson-Larson says there is one simple solution.
What we didn't know when I was a child is that every sunburn before the age of 18 is what increases your risk for bad skin cancer when you're older. So as a child, it's incredibly important for parents to be reapplying their sunscreen, for adults as well. And you want to make sure you have an SPF 30 to a 50 reapplied every couple of hours when you're outside.
Knutson-Larson added that the screening process is easy and encourages people to call ahead to schedule their free screenings at each of the locations. For more information on how to do so, visit our website at kotatv.com. A Box Elder business picks up a big honor. We'll see how you become South Dakota's Exporter of the Year after the break. National Small Business Week is coming up in May, and as part of the celebration, a one-of-a-kind Box Elder business was recognized for its expanding global footprint. Our Zeta Jones has more on South Dakota's Exporter of the Year and the importance of trade balance.
VCR Metals in Box Elder was recognized Tuesday for its global market and contributions to South Dakota's business landscape by being named South Dakota's Small Business Exporter of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. This small business is one of the global leaders in cold spray and development of advanced manufacturing technologies and applications.
We started here with just a couple of people working out of our basements, and over time we've built the company, and to be able to develop that into an international sales company, and a company that's recognized internationally for our technology and what we do, it's pretty exciting step in our evolution.
During a time where international trade faces instability, VCR Metal System is proving their innovation can drive global success.
We recently repaired a nuclear power plant in the Czech Republic. We've got systems in Turkey, Singapore, Japan, Australia. All of our components that we use to manufacture the equipment are almost all of them domestic, and the countries that we've been dealing with haven't struggled with that yet, so we haven't currently seen an impact.
The Small Business Administration's Regional Administrator, Justin Everett, says honoring VCR Metal Systems showcases the Small Business Administration's Made in America initiative.
We're trying to bring jobs back to the United States, where we used to make a lot of things in the United States, we haven't been. So our initiative, whether it's making sure we're balancing out the trade imbalance and making sure our businesses have the best opportunity to export, and we have a great example here in South Dakota, and really excited to present the award.
VCR Metal Systems was one of 6 South Dakota businesses to get an award from the Small Business Administration. Reporting in Box Elder, I'm Zeta Jones.
Meteorologist Ryan Larmew says that showers are possible throughout the day tomorrow. He plans out the entire week ahead. Next in your accurate First Alert forecast.
Now, the First Alert forecast with meteorologist Ryan Larmew.
It's been a pretty day around KOTA Territory as temperatures have warmed up and the sunshine has been out. That continues tonight, or this evening rather, as we see the sunshine here on our Golden West weather cam on Main Street in downtown Rapid City. Temperatures still feeling great outside. 67 degrees is the current temperature in downtown, and those winds still blowing a little bit out of the south-southwest there at 8 miles an hour. Feels great out there, especially with that light breeze that's blowing. Temperatures across the region in the 60s generally. We have a couple spots that have hit the 70-degree mark today. Phillip is at 70 along with Hot Springs. It feels great out there, feeling like a late spring day around the area, and the sunshine just adding to it. We're seeing many spots in and around the Black Hills, also in the 60s. A few spots in the hills dropping into the 50s already, 57 right now in Custer, but a few spots in the hills will drop a little bit more throughout the night, just like Rapid City will. We'll be in the 60s until sunset, and then by the time we're waking up tomorrow, temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 40s across the area, and those 50s enter in Rapid City around 9 to 10 o'clock tonight, and they'll continue to drop throughout the overnight hours. As you're heading out the door tomorrow morning, temperatures going to be mild, and mostly sunny skies are going to be in effect. 48 degrees in town here. However, a few spots seeing some different weather than Rapid City will be because we have some scattered showers in the forecast for tomorrow. Temperatures making it back up into the upper 50s. This is actually near average for Rapid City at this time of year. A few scattered showers by the afternoon. We'll see increasing cloud coverage throughout the day. Partly sunny at around lunchtime tomorrow. Here's Futurecast. Here's what we're talking about at those few changes that we're hinting at. Some rain showers in parts of Montana. That will be moving into KOTA Territory as early as tomorrow morning in some locations. Places like Sheridan, Gillette, Ekalaka, Alzada could all be seeing some of those showers as early as 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we're talking about that extending into portions of the Black Hills by the afternoon and the evening hours. We're seeing those scattered showers continue all afternoon across KOTA Territory. So you're likely going to see some rain showers tomorrow. So make sure to bring your umbrella to work. Probably going to need it as we're talking about the possibility of a few more isolated showers hanging around Thursday morning. By the afternoon, some more scattered showers around the area. By Friday, good news if you don't like the rain, you get the sunshine right back in the forecast, and it's looking to stay sunny all day for your Friday. Here is the forecast for tonight, though. We're seeing temperatures there in the 40s across the area. Clear, mostly clear to clear skies tonight, but these temperatures very mild for this time of year, about 7 to 8 degrees above where we should be for April, for end of April, early May, but tomorrow temperatures are back in the 40s and 50s. So a cooler day than what we saw today, but we're 48 in Deadwood, 58 up in Faith, 66 in Phillips, 65 in Kadoka. So the warm spots here on the South Dakota Plains where the 60s are going to be a little more likely, but we're 50 in Gillette and Hill City, a few scattered showers across the area. And then by Thursday, we see a few more isolated to scattered showers. 70s return to Sheridan by Friday, 60s everywhere else, and Rapid City seeing those temperatures skyrocket for the weekend. Sunshine returns Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as temperatures start to get close to that 80-degree mark. Jack, I know that's your favorite kind of weather, the nice warm air and the sunshine.
And for those of us trying to grow some nice spring grass here at the start of the season, this rain is great news out there.
It's great news for us. I haven't seen that many sprinklers going in the past few weeks because of all the rain.
Haven't needed them.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you very much, Ryan. Coming up, top high school track and field team squared off at the Northern Hills Invite today. Plus, a group of Stevens athletes signs on to play at the collegiate level. Vic Quick has all the details next in Good Sports.
Hello, everybody. It was a big day in the world of high school track and field as area teams gathered in Belle Fourche for the Northern Hills Invite. Top athletes had a chance to shine and build up some momentum for the home stretch of the season. Now let's take a look at some of your winners for the boys. It was a big day for Belle Fourche's Cash LaShore as he took first in the 100 and 200 meters. Newell's Clint Winkler won the 3,200 meters with a time of 10 minutes and 36 seconds. On the ladies' side of things, Harding County's Josie Schuchard won both the 100 and 300 meter hurdles. Belle Fourche's Jaslyn Olson took first in the 100 meters with a time of 13.60 seconds. Stevens' Jess Christensen is signed on the dotted line to continue his track and field career at Grinnell College in Iowa. Christensen's area of expertise is a long jump, triple jump, and hurdles. Ethan Wilson has also signed on to play baseball at Miles City Community College. The outfielder is ready to make his mark both at the plate and in the field. The Raiders' Keegan Jones is continuing his swimming career at Gustavus Adolphus College in Minnesota. Now Jones swims for the Rapid City Tsunami, and he now looks to accomplish big things at the next level.
My main choice was just the swimming atmosphere. They have a really fun team. And I went to a couple meets and they were pretty fun to be around.
I went to my visit back in November and, you know, I kind of just felt right at home right away. Coach O'Connell was really welcoming. You know, I practiced with the team right away. Everybody, you know, kind of helped me out and help guide my way. So I felt right at home.
It has really good academics, so I was really excited to go there. I mean, that was kind of first priority, was what kind of education I was going to get. And then after that was checking in with the coaches, and because I really wanted to run track at college, so I checked in with the coaches too, and yeah, I thought Grinnell would be a great fit.
Rapid City basketball player Connor Hollenbeck has announced on social media that he is transferring to Marshall University in West Virginia. Hollenbeck spent this past season at Idaho State, where he started 30 games, averaging 9 points and 4 rebounds. Connor was named the Big Sky Player of the Week back in January. After a bit of a slow start to the season, the South Dakota State baseball team is finding some traction. The Jackrabbits won 3 of 4 games against North Dakota State last week. Rapid City's Jake Goebel played a big role in Saturday's victory. Goebel came out of the bullpen to toss 6 in 1/3 innings, allowing just 2 runs and striking out 8 en route to picking up his second win of the season. The Jackrabbits are now 8-12 in conference play. They'll return to the Diamond on Friday when they host Northern Colorado for the first of a 3-game series. Jackrabbit baseball and Jake Goebel, he was fun to watch at Post 22, as well as STM football, getting things done there in Brookings. Now, we told you about the Northern Hills Invite track meet. Also had the big Track-O-Rama today over at O'Hara Stadium, and I'll have highlights of that for you back here at 9 and 10.
And what about Major League Baseball? A historic performance there.
That's right. Brandon Nimmo of the Mets yesterday went 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and 9 RBI. Mention that because he played at Fitzgerald Stadium back in about 2008 or 2009 with Cheyenne, and certainly getting things done now in the big leagues. But yeah, a star that used to play at Fitzgerald.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Vic, and we'll be right back.
Be sure to tune into KOTA Territory News at 6 on Fox. We learn how President Donald Trump's tariffs could affect prices for a retail giant. Plus, we'll introduce you to one of our next Rising Star of the West Scholarship contestants. That's on 6 on Fox.
Final weather.
Final weather, well, it's going to be mild tonight, Jack, and seeing mostly clear skies right now, and that'll continue all night long throughout KOTA Territory. We're 45 in town tonight, 43 out in Gillette and in Deadwood, 47 in Buffalo and Kadoka. Custer might be the only location in the upper 30s tonight. And for tomorrow, temperatures make it into the 40s and 50s across the area. Those 40s mainly limited there to the Black Hills. A few spots on the South Dakota Plains getting nice and warm in the 60s again, 66 in Phillip, but 57 in Rapid City.
And of course, once again, a very sad day for us here and for a lot of people around the Black Hills with the passing of Eric Gardner, who was an integral part of the KOTA Territory weather team for the past 23 years up here, and you work with him on a regular basis up here.
Yeah, he was a close friend. He's a great meteorologist, and we are going to miss him so much here in the Weather Center and just in KOTA Territory in general.
You know, and wondering just how beloved he was around the area. We put a post up on Facebook, and the response from the community has been just amazing.
It has been incredible.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks for watching. See you tonight at 10.
Thanks for watching KOTA Territory News, your local news and weather authority.